Hey Cowboys Nation, welcome to your ultimate destination for all things Dallas Cowboys. From the latest news, game analyses, rumors, to deep dives into player performances and strategies, we've got you covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a play. Let's dive into everything you need to know about America's team. There's a rumor that has been swirling around the league for some time, and if it proves to be even partially true, it could completely shake the dynamics of the upcoming showdown. Imagine, just for a moment, Micah Parsons, a player whose presence on the field has always commanded attention, returning to the Dallas Cowboys not merely as another piece in the defensive puzzle, but as the undisputed leader of the unit. Sources, though anonymous and unconfirmed, suggest that conversations have been taking place behind closed doors between the management of the Cowboys and Parsons' current team, hinting at the possibility of a move that could redefine defensive strategies not only for a single game, but for the entire season. The excitement among fans is palpable because Parsons is known for his ability to read offenses, disrupt plays before they even materialize, and inspire his teammates to elevate their game, something that cannot easily be measured in statistics, but is felt on every snap of the ball. Analysts have speculated for weeks about how such a shift could change the momentum of the league, with whispers that coaches are already brainstorming new defensive schemes specifically designed to maximize Parsons' unique skill set and aggressive playing style. If the rumors hold any weight, the Cowboys could be on the brink of a transformation, one that might see their defense evolve from competent to virtually unstoppable, a storyline that would dominate sports headlines and social media conversations for weeks to come. The sheer idea of Micah Parsons returning to the Cowboys evokes a mix of skepticism and anticipation. Skeptics point out that moves of this magnitude, especially so close to a critical matchup, are extremely rare, often fraught with logistical nightmares and contractual complexities that can derail even the most meticulously planned transactions. Yet, the intensity of the speculation comes not from idle chatter, but from the consistent nature of the sources, which seem to converge on the notion that Parsons' influence on the field is irreplaceable, particularly in high-stakes scenarios where a single defensive play can decide the fate of the game. Imagine the locker room dynamic shifting overnight, with veterans and young players alike adjusting their routines to align with the arrival of someone whose presence alone can intimidate opposing quarterbacks and offensive lines. Conversations about strategy, previously theoretical, would suddenly require immediate reevaluation, with coordinators forced to factor in Parsons' mobility, instinct, and sheer physical dominance in every aspect of defensive planning. Even casual observers are captivated by the narrative, picturing the energy of the stadium charged with the anticipation of seeing a player of Parsons' caliber take command, issuing signals, calling audibles, and orchestrating a defensive unit that could perform at levels previously thought unattainable. The rumor, true or exaggerated, has already sparked debates among commentators about the long-term implications, including whether such a move could influence trade policies, inspire other players to reconsider their allegiances, or set off a chain reaction that redefines competitive balance across the league in ways no one can fully predict. Beyond the technical analysis, the cultural impact of Parsons returning to the Cowboys cannot be overstated. Fans have long yearned for a figure who embodies both leadership and exceptional talent, someone who can unite the team in moments of pressure and inspire confidence that transcends playbooks. Parsons fits that archetype perfectly, and even the mere speculation of his arrival has reignited conversations in forums, podcasts, and sports bars nationwide, fueling theories about how he could single-handedly alter the identity of the defense. Sources hint that the coaching staff is secretly thrilled at the possibility, recognizing that Parsons' style is perfectly compatible with the existing scheme, while also providing the flexibility to implement creative, aggressive tactics that could surprise opponents. Imagine the psychological impact on rival quarterbacks, knowing that every snap could be met with Parsons' relentless pursuit, his ability to diagnose plays in real time, and his uncanny talent for forcing errors at the most critical moments. This potential move also raises questions about team chemistry, as the locker room adjusts to a star presence whose expectations and energy could challenge both veterans and rising talents to elevate their performance, creating an environment where mediocrity is simply not tolerated. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike are discussing the possibility that Parsons' return might redefine the Cowboys' defensive philosophy, setting the stage for a performance that could be studied for years as a masterclass in leadership, strategy, and pure athletic dominance. Speculation intensifies when considering the strategic implications of Parsons' rumored arrival. Every team preparing to face the Cowboys would need to reconsider their offensive game plans, perhaps even adjusting personnel choices and play calls to mitigate the threat posed by a linebacker of such extraordinary ability. Imagine the ripple effects across the league, with coaches poring over footage of Parsons' previous performances, dissecting tendencies, and attempting to anticipate every nuance of his decision-making on the field. Rumors suggest that Parsons has been in discreet consultations with defensive coordinators, exploring ways to integrate his play style seamlessly into the existing framework while maximizing pressure on opposing quarterbacks. There are even whispers that the team is considering altering formations, blitzing patterns, and coverage schemes specifically to exploit Parsons' presence, essentially tailoring the entire defensive approach to one player's strengths. If the rumors prove true, it would be a rare instance where the narrative of a single athlete has the power to reshape the tactical landscape of a professional league, inspiring debates, analysis, and heated discussions on platforms ranging from sports networks to social media feeds. Fans are already imagining game day scenarios where Parsons' instincts create turnovers, force sacks, or disrupt timing in ways that leave commentators scrambling for adequate superlatives to describe his impact, transforming the rumor into an event of almost mythical proportions before a single snap is even played. Another layer to this swirling speculation involves Parsons' personal motivations and potential relationship dynamics with the Cowboys front office. Sources indicate that discussions surrounding loyalty, team culture, and long-term vision may have played a role in his rumored consideration of a return, suggesting that Parsons sees an opportunity not just to play, but to influence an entire organization in meaningful ways. Imagine the conversations behind closed doors, with executives presenting the promise of autonomy on the field, leadership roles, and strategic input, enticing Parsons with the prospect of becoming not only a defensive anchor, but a cultural touchstone for a team hungry for dominance. This narrative, whether accurate or embellished, adds a level of intrigue that goes beyond statistics and performance metrics, touching on human psychology, ambition, and the complex calculus of professional sports decisions. The rumor hints at a player who could redefine what it means to lead from the linebacker position, instilling discipline, confidence, and aggressiveness throughout a unit that might otherwise operate in a more conventional, predictable manner. Fans and analysts alike are captivated by the idea that Parsons' return could become the turning point in a narrative that intertwines personal ambition, team strategy, and league-wide implications, creating a storyline that would dominate headlines, podcasts, and social media threads for weeks, if not months, in a way few other rumors could replicate. Finally, the emotional resonance of such a move cannot be underestimated. Imagine stadiums buzzing with anticipation, fans holding their breath at the prospect of witnessing Parsons' return, the collective energy of supporters igniting as soon as his name is announced in pre-game coverage. This rumor carries the kind of weight that transforms speculation into an emotional experience, making every discussion, prediction, and analysis feel immediate and consequential. Even without official confirmation, the narrative has already begun to shape perceptions, with fans envisioning game-changing tackles, dramatic interceptions, and the kind of defensive dominance that becomes part of franchise lore. The rumor has the potential to inspire loyalty, excitement, and even a renewed sense of identity for the Cowboys, with Parsons positioned as the catalyst for transformation. Social media is flooded with imagined scenarios, debates over defensive alignments, and playful yet serious speculation about how opposing offenses will respond to his presence. Ultimately, whether or not the rumor is true, the conversation it generates reaffirms Parsons' status as one of the most influential defensive players in the league, whose rumored return is enough to capture the imagination of an entire fan base, turning the speculative narrative into a spectacle that feels tangible, immediate, and impossible to ignore. If the rumor of Micah Parsons returning to the Cowboys holds any truth, one cannot ignore the strategic ripple effect it would create across the league. Imagine every coach, coordinator, and general manager recalibrating their approach, not only for the immediate matchup, but for the long-term implications of facing a defensive powerhouse led by someone with Parsons' instincts and speed. Analysts have begun to speculate that his presence could fundamentally change how offenses are structured, forcing quarterbacks to adjust their reads, offensive lines to rethink protection schemes, and running backs to anticipate pressure from angles previously considered safe. The mere possibility of his return has already sparked hypothetical breakdowns on television shows and online forums, with commentators debating which specific plays could be nullified, which drives might be stopped before they even start, and how Parsons' leadership could inspire a domino effect, elevating every member of the defensive unit. This scenario paints Parsons not just as a player, but as a transformative force, someone capable of imposing his rhythm, mindset, and intensity across an entire team. The speculation grows more tantalizing when insiders hint that coordinators might be considering previously untested blitz packages, hybrid formations, and creative adjustments, all tailored to exploit the unique talents Parsons brings, turning what is currently a rumor into a potentially seismic strategic shift that could redefine defensive football in ways fans have only imagined. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Beyond tactical considerations, the psychological dimension of Parsons' rumored return is equally compelling. Imagine opposing teams preparing all week, aware that a single misread or hesitation could result in disaster, and yet being unable to fully anticipate Parsons' decisions on the field, which are guided by intuition, experience, and raw athleticism. The rumor paints a picture of a player whose influence extends far beyond physical presence, inspiring fear, respect, and urgency in equal measure. Teammates, too, would likely feel the impact, adjusting their mindset to match Parsons' relentless intensity, fostering a culture where defensive cohesion and accountability become non-negotiable. Speculators suggest that this intangible influence could be even more valuable than Parsons' measurable stats, as it forces the offense into mental errors, hasty decisions, and poor execution. Analysts and fans have been imagining the stadium charged with energy each time Parsons moves, the crowd reacting to his every read, and commentators struggling to find superlatives that capture the combination of leadership, agility, and anticipation that he brings. Even without official confirmation, the rumor has already created a narrative where Parsons is less a player and more a force of nature capable of altering the dynamics of the game simply through his presence and decision-making. The financial and contractual side of the rumor also adds layers of intrigue and speculation. Sources hint that talks between the Cowboys' front office and Parsons' current representatives may involve not just immediate compensation, but long-term incentives, leadership roles, and potentially symbolic acknowledgments of his impact on the team. Imagine negotiations that balance loyalty, personal ambition, and team culture, creating a scenario where Parsons' decision could signal a broader shift in how star defenders are valued across the league. Rumors suggest that the potential deal could redefine expectations for linebacker contracts, demonstrating that exceptional talent and leadership are worth premium consideration, especially when aligned with organizational goals. Fans and pundits alike speculate that such a move could have ripple effects, influencing other high-caliber players to reconsider their positions, explore opportunities for leadership, or push for similar arrangements elsewhere. The combination of athletic prowess, strategic influence, and financial acknowledgement creates a tantalizing narrative, one where Parsons' rumored return is simultaneously about game day performance and a symbolic reshaping of professional football's culture, hierarchy, and perception of defensive leadership. Then there's the question of timing, which makes the rumor even more explosive. Imagine a scenario where Parsons returns at precisely the moment when his skills are most needed, transforming the defensive landscape in the midst of a critical season. Analysts speculate that such timing would maximize both tactical advantage and psychological impact, creating a situation where opponents must react immediately without time to adapt fully. Rumors suggest that coaching staff may have deliberately waited to explore every contingency before broaching the possibility, ensuring that if Parsons does return, his presence is both unexpected and overwhelming in effect. This layer of uncertainty heightens the suspense, as fans and insiders alike try to decipher signals, leaks, and patterns that could confirm or disprove the rumor. Even without confirmation, the narrative has taken on a life of its own, with social media discussions, sports podcasts, and fan speculation fueling a continuous feedback loop of excitement, anticipation, and debate. The strategic timing, combined with Parsons' known ability to alter plays, makes the rumor irresistible for analysts and spectators alike, offering endless scenarios in which a single player could determine the outcome of a defensive unit and potentially the entire contest. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.